Good morning, my friends. So today we are in Zapata Square, and this is a place located. There is a roundabout over there on the left, where the bust of Emiliano Zapata, the Mexican revolutionary of the early 20th century, is placed to pay him homage. And today we are going to discover Hussein Dey and its main streets. So this place here is located between the municipalities of Hussein Dey and Belouizdad. So Hussein Dey is in front of us and Belouizdad is behind us. And Belouizdad is the municipality where so Cuba is on the right. Belouizdad is the municipality where the botanical garden is located. And now this is Fernan Hanafi. This is the Fernan Hanafi street. So as I told you once in one of my videos, Hussein Dey is one of the oldest suburbs of Algiers. It's in the eastern part of the capital, and it's mainly made up of three main streets that go in parallel from east to west. So now we are driving from west to east on one of those streets, and this is Fernan Hanafi. We have driven on this street multiple times because I used Hussein Dey in the beginning of this year as my main departure point towards many of Algiers neighborhoods, of my Algiers destinations. So now this is the Al-Rahman Mosque. There was a mosque here before. It was a small mosque that didn't have there wasn't anything special about that mosque, in fact, but now there is a new mosque here, and it was demolished. The old mosque was demolished and it was reconstructed. So now if you want to go to Cuba, you can take the right here, the right turn, and you are going to enter Cuba via the Calvaire Road. So now we are entering an area of Hussein Dey known as Vauban, Chemin Vauban, or the Vauban Road. But I'm turning around here. You can still go to Cuba by taking the right. And now we need to discover another street. And as you can see, Hussein Dey is also home to many colonial houses. They are particularly those houses with red tile roofs. But many others were destroyed by their owners or their new owners in order to build modern houses that are often not as beautiful as the colonial ones. So Cuba is straight ahead, okay? And now let's return to our famous departure point, one of the departure points that I use the most. It's the Amirosh apartment complex. It's over there. The building behind that apartment block is a hotel. It's the New Dey Hotel. It's one of Hussein Dey's new hotels. So it only takes you a few minutes in order to drive through a neighborhood from from end to end. Anyway, so this is the Amirosh apartment complex. It was named after Colonel Amirosh, one of the leaders of the Algerian independence war, one of the most prominent figures. He was killed by the French colonial army in 1958, together with another prominent figure known as Silhoues, and that's the Hussein Dey post office. And by the way, there is a cultural center right in front of us. It's over there. And now let's film something interesting. Historically interesting. And it's Pulkin, the Pulkin High School. It's over there. Look at this. They are renovating it. And the Pulkin High School is in fact now a next high school, and they it was one of the residences of the Dey, of the Ottoman governor, or the Turkish governor of Algeria, in the 16th century, from the 16th to the 19th century. Okay, and Hussein Dey used to live here. Hussein Dey is the Turkish official that ruled Algeria. He was the Turkish governor, or the Turkish the Ottoman governor, because it was the Ottoman Empire. It wasn't called Turkey back then. It was called the Ottoman Empire. So it was the Hussein Dey was the Ottoman governor who ruled Algeria in the early 19th century up until 1830, when the French invaded Algeria, and they obliged him to step down, because Algerians were defeated, and the Ottomans didn't send troops in order to defend Algeria. Therefore, Hussein Dey had to step down and leave Algeria. Okay, so that was one of his residences, and in fact, the whole neighborhood is named after him by the French. So that's what explains why this neighborhood. The name of this neighborhood dates back to the French, colonial era. And now we're going to return to the area in order to show you another important thing here. So there are, I think, 2 hotels on the right. Tripoli Street is on the left, and we are going to visit it. And there is a high school here. It's an all-female high school known as the Aisha High School, Lycée Aisha. It's on the right, and it's one of the most famous high schools here in Algiers. And Fernand Hanafi now is on the right, Fernand Hanafi Street, and it runs parallel to this street here. Now, okay, back to the Hussein Dey post office area. So this is the Bulkin High School, ex-high school that served as a residence to the Dey, to Hussein Dey. Okay, go ahead. Thank you. All right, so now this is the Amiros roundabout, and let's enter another street, an interesting street, Tripoli Street, the main boulevard of Hussein Dey is straight ahead. We will be visiting it in, so on the left, the cultural center, the Isam Saudi Cultural Center, and now we are entering the Boujma Mourni Street, formerly known as Parnay Street. Okay, so this street runs parallel to Fernand Hanafi, and it also runs parallel. So Fernand Hanafi is on the right, and Tripoli Street is on the left. And now let's go and visit Boujma Mourni Street, which is in fact formerly known as Parnay. Many people still continue to refer to it as the Parnay Street, Rue Parnay. And it's particularly known for its hospital, which is one of the most important hospitals here in Algiers, the Parnay Hospital, also known as the Nafisa Hamoud Hospital. The road is bumpy here because they installed ducts last year, and when they repaired it, they left it in this miserable state. And of course, this shouldn't be, because we're on one of the most important streets here in Algiers. There is a building on the left. I think that it's a hotel. There is a court here, the courthouse. The Hussein Dey courthouse is a courthouse. The courthouse is on the right. Ferdinand Hanafi is on the right too. So it seems that this guy, yes, needs to be a little bit careful because he wasn't looking at the road when he crossed. And now just look at this. The road on the right leads to Kuba and Bajara, and the road on the left will lead you to the hospital. So this is the hospital main entrance, but not for cars, just for visitors. And it's a little bit tricky here, I know. This is how you go to the hospital. So the hospital is on the right, that white wall. But in order to go to visit the hospital by car, it has a parking lot over there that we are going to discover. And on the right, we have entered the territory. In fact, we have just entered the territory of another of Algiers municipalities. It's Magaria or Makaria, which was formerly part of Hussein Dey, but now is a municipality on its own. So this is the entrance to the parking lot of the hospital, the Parnay Hospital, or the Nafisa Hamoud Hospital here in Hussein Dey, and it's, as I said, a very important hospital. Okay, now let's go discover the last part of this neighborhood. Oh yes, and most of the El Magharia neighborhood is on the left. Okay, it's on the left, and now we are going to visit two other important parts of Hussein Dey. So as I said, the Parnay Hospital is on the right, back to this bumpy road. They should repave it urgently because this is one of the most important roads here in Algiers. Pigeons. Okay, let's take this street here then. Let's enter a part of Hussein Dey known as Mosque. Mosque is in fact a beautiful neighborhood or part of Hussein Dey, a residential neighborhood with many colonial houses and buildings. There is a square here with a clock. And a Palestinian flag. Okay, everyone here in Algeria shows their support to the Palestinian cause. This is a mural of Hussein Dey, of Nasriyah or Net, the Net team, founded in 1947, and it's the local soccer team. Another mural here, so it's affectionately called Nasriyah by local residents here in Hussein Dey. Let's return to the Boujma Mourni Street. So that was just a small glimpse of Rosette. And the murals that celebrate our local team here. Net. And now let's go to Tripoli Street. They have built many hotels. I'm not sure what this building is. I haven't been here in years, I think. In fact, I would visit occasionally, but not often. I mean, not as often as I should, or not often enough to you know, be familiar with everything. So Brosset is on the left, sorry, on the right. Sorry, there is a gas station here on the right. Now we are entering Tripoli Street. In fact, Tripoli Street is longer than that. It starts from La Glacière, that part of you know, an area between Al-Rahman and Hussein Dey known as La Glacière. So this is where Tripoli Street starts, and it continues on across Hussein Dey. So as you can see, this area is serviced by the streetcar. There is a streetcar road on the right, and this is Tripoli Street, named after Tripoli, the Libyan capital. I guess that it's in reference to an important meeting that took place in late 1962, organized by Algeria's independence fighters, or the leaders of the independence war of Algeria, in order to discuss how to write the constitution of the country and everything. So it was like a historical meeting. It was a historical meeting, and it was a historic meeting. And it was, I mean, because of that they named this street like this. Otherwise, it was formerly known as Rue de Constantine, or the Constantine Road, Route de Constantine. Because it goes, I mean, it's in the east of Algiers, and the French probably used it as their main road to Constantine. But in fact, there is also a train station around here. There is a mosque. There is this beautiful square. And this Tripoli Street used to be the main street where most of Hussein Dey's stores were located. And okay, red light. We've got to stop even though there is no traffic. Okay, let's stop. All right, green light, great. And there is another gas station here. So as I told you, it was one of the most commercially active streets here in Algiers before they built this streetcar line. And everyone now says that, you know, trade has died because of our commercial activity has dropped significantly ever since the works. I mean, ever since this streetcar line has been completed. Well, yeah, I can see that there are not as many people as before here. I mean, not now. Now it's very early in the morning. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning. Have you seen that bus? It had kind of, you know, it had some trouble to pass because of that van that was parked there, but well, it finally managed. But this is just to show you how hard it is to I mean, for vans to, I mean, for buses to move. And now yes, red light. There is La Placette here, the Hussein Dey La Placette. There is a red light, so no use for the drivers behind me to honk. So La Placette of Hussein Dey is here on the left, and this is also the place where the office of the Daira is located. The Daira is in fact an an administrative entity that comprises many municipalities, and of course Hussein Dey is a daira. It also has a court, and that's the seat of the daira, the administrative seat of the daira. So now we are approaching the area where our trip ends, because Hussein Dey, I mean, this is the area where Hussein Dey ends. We have, so the bulk of Hussein Dey is on the left, and on the right you have the municipality of Belouizdad. I guess that the block here on the right is still part of Hussein Dey, but beyond that block it's the municipality of Belouizdad. So let's return to the Emiliano Zapata Square. That was the trip to discover the neighborhood of Hussein Dey. I hope it was an interesting trip for you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button in order to receive notifications on more videos like these. Alright, so take care of yourselves, drive safely, and goodbye.